Hi. So, my name's Alicia. I should introduce myself. I actually have a YouTube channel for my daughters. It's gotten very popular. I started it basically for family. And yeah, we ended up with a lot of subscribers, a lot of friends, and other people from around the world watching them. So I decided that I was going to start my own channel, I guess. My stay-at-home mom, Hot Mess Express. I try to keep it together, especially in front of the girls, but nobody is ever perfect. And yeah, so I'm going to do a little bit of blogging, vlogging, I guess. I'm sitting in my bed right now. So it's just me. I don't know exactly what it's going to be. I might do reviews. I might do, how the day went with the girls, but from my perspective, instead of just a video of the girls. I'm sitting in my bed right now. The girls are sleeping. I'm watching them on their monitor. I also should have thought about a stand for the camera that I'm holding. My arms are getting tired sometimes, but that's okay. But yeah, I figured this would be a great introduction video to get the channel started. So a little about me. I got pregnant when I was 39, so I'm older. I'm 41 now. I was not thinking I was going to have twins, but Anastasia and Guinevere are the loves of my life. My husband too, Walt. They're the best babies. They're so happy most of the time. I think I just got a hair in my eye. Yeah, pregnancy was difficult. I had to stop working at 20 weeks. By trade, I'm a barber. I went to cosmetology school. So I cut hair, men and women. I'm pretty good at my job, which I have not done in almost 2 years. At 20 weeks, I had to stop working and get off my feet. Modified bed rest because the babies, they thought I was pregnant with Momo twins. So they thought they shared the same placenta and the same sac. But at 24 weeks, after I'd already stopped working, we found out that they were actually Modi. So they still shared the same placenta, but they were in different sacs, which is a lot safer, a lot less risk. So we were really excited to find out that they were still a risky pregnancy, but a lot less risky. At about 26 weeks, I could no longer fit behind the steering wheel. So I moved in with my parents, who live an hour from me. I moved in there with my dog, and my dad had to drive me to the doctor's appointments. I couldn't drive anymore. My belly was so huge, I couldn't fit behind a steering wheel. So yeah, thank God, my parents are wonderful, loving people. They adopted me and my 2 younger brothers. And yeah, they took care of me while I was pregnant. At the end of my pregnancy, I was so happy that I was able to have a C-section. I was a little nervous, to be honest, about something going wrong during labor because they shared the same placenta. There is risk if you try to deliver naturally. The babies that share a placenta, a lot of women do it, but I was nervous that something would go wrong, and I would deliver one vaginally and the other one would have to be an emergency C-section. So I opted for just scheduled C-section. Had the babies at 36 weeks and 4 days. Anastasia was 6 pounds, 4 ounces. Guinevere was 4 pounds, 15 ounces. Guinevere was born first at 9:01 in the morning. Anastasia second at 9:04, so 3 minutes apart. Yeah, it was a very scary delivery. I went in perfectly fine, totally confident in the doctors and comfortable. My husband held it together like a champ. He is not exactly fond of looking at blood. Apparently during the C-section, I hemorrhaged a significant amount. I lost 1,560 milliliters of blood. So it was a pretty severe hemorrhage. They pulled out Guinevere. I heard her cry. It made me cry with tears of joy. I was happy to hear her. And I don't remember my husband's reaction because I started kind of feeling sleepy. There was a doctor behind my head, and he asked how I was feeling, and I said, I think I'm ready for a nap. I think I'm going to close my eyes. And he put a needle in my arm and gave me a shot. I don't know exactly what was in the shot, but it woke me up, and I felt much better. And then Anastasia came out, and she cried, and I cried. And the doctor asked how I was feeling, if I felt sick. And I said, I think I do feel sick or nauseous. I might throw up. So they gave me a bag, and I was dry heaving. Nothing ever came up, though. And then I said, I think I'm okay. I think I just want to go to sleep. And I was feeling really tired again. At this point, they pulled my husband aside and pulled him away to go see the babies. And they gave me another shot, which woke me up. I was feeling better. They brought the babies over, and my husband said, do you want to hold them? And I said, I don't feel strong enough to hold them, but you can hold them. So he continued to hold them. He had all the pictures with them when they first came out. And and then they stitched me back up and brought me to a room. And my husband told me many days later, because he didn't want to scare me, that there was a puddle of blood on the floor that was growing. And he was nervous about it, but trusted the doctors, and I pulled through. I ended up with preeclampsia after delivery, which is also rare. So I was in the hospital for an extra day for that. But thankfully, the girls did not need any NICU time. They came home with us. A week later, after delivery, it was pretty scary. I was eating oatmeal for breakfast, and I kept losing oatmeal out of the side of my mouth. And I said, that's weird. And then I realized, it feels really strange. So I turned my phone on my camera and noticed that this left side of my face was drooping. So my dad had had a stroke quite a few years ago. So I knew the symptoms, and I panicked, woke my husband, and said, I think we need to go... I don't know why I said this. I think we need to go to urgent care because I think I'm having a stroke. And he said, we're not going to urgent care. We're going to the emergency room. And I said, well, the urgent care is closer. And he said, no, we're just going to go to the emergency room. So we packed up 1-week-old babies in the car and drove to the emergency room. So while I was in the emergency room, they brought me right back. We found out it was actually Bell's palsy. So they found out that my preeclampsia had come back. I had an allergic reaction to the magnesium drip. So they put me on a different medication that the nurse did not understand how to start the drip. She didn't know what, amount I was supposed to get per minute. She asked the doctor, and the doctor told her one thing. And I don't know if she followed the doctor's orders or not, but she called the doctor back in before she started it, and the doctor looked at it and said, yep, that's right. And needless to say, at the end of that, I was in a lot of pain. She came in, she stopped the drip. The doctor came in and said, you can deal with the pain, can't you? And I said, I guess if I have to. So they started the drip again, and my husband noticed my eye was swelling. So he called the doctor in. They had me on my side at this point. Called the doctor back in, stopped the drip. And when they rolled me back to my back, I couldn't move from the neck down. I was basically paralyzed. It was another allergic reaction to the preeclampsia medication, which was Dilaudid. Now, all these medications are to prevent seizures. So I guess that's the only thing I'm allergic to is seizure medication. So I ended up being helicoptered from that hospital back to the hospital where I had delivered the babies. I was in there for another 4 days. Once the medication was leaving my system, I started getting feeling back into every part of my body slowly. But I missed my babies and was so happy that I was getting better. I refused to sleep for the first 24 hours because I was afraid I was going to die. They thankfully stopped the drip before it paralyzed the muscles in my diaphragm. So, it was a very scary first couple of weeks from labor into dealing with, postpartum experiences. But, I made it, and the girls are 15 months now. And, that's pretty much my backstory. So, I'm not sure how many people I'll get to follow this channel and follow I don't know how often I'm gonna do a vlog and post videos of me just talking. The other channel, like I said, is my twins. I'm rarely ever on camera. I just like to share the joy of my girls with the entire world. They make a lot of people happy, which we need a lot of that in this world. We need kindness and joy and happiness. There's too much negativity and mean things going on in the world. So I'm happy to spread the joy when I can. So hopefully you like this channel, and I'll probably do some product reviews and tips and tricks that I've learned and picked up along the way of being a twin mom. So if you want to keep watching, subscribe and like the video, share the video, help me out, I guess. Well, I guess that's the end of my first vlog for this channel. I hope everybody enjoys their day or night. I'm about to go to bed, so good night, take care, bye.